They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He'll buy some time right. It's caught at the 10. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 33 yards that time. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. Does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does because your thought process all...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Xavier Worthy, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chiefs will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, they met in L.A. earlier in the year with the Chargers coming out victorious. So if they can win again here in KC, they would pull off the season sweep. 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now it's Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. That goes for a Chiefs 1st down, 14 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive linemen. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Throwing now is Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
From the 35, here's the 2nd down and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. He's got him in, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here's Herbert. And his throw here's incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Here's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Hampton, and tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard, stop short of the 35. This defense for the Chiefs, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Now this one finds McConkey. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 25-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
Hey, go line.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Herbert now. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw, trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They snap it to Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest. I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the first down. But they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
Hey, tackle. Crowd right.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he is going to be out of bounds, well short of the pylon, and that will be a turnover on downs. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings.
Come back!
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
In motion goes the tight end. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Again, it's Pacheco. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. To throw, it's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They go play fake. Mahomes. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it.
Hey, 57, 57. 43, 43.
Mahomes going to throw. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Hampton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 14-0 lead, they may just try to get this to the locker room. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
The goal was to score just before the break, but I'm not sure that a safety was how they expected to do it. But give the defenders credit. They saw how the series was starting out, and I think it increased their intensity. This was their chance to make a huge play before the half, and all they needed was one play to get it done.
Returnable here for Davis. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 37. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He's going to let it go again. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Shelling through the defense. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, Charles, they were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will make this a 19-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the third quarter will start from the 30. The Charger drive about to get going. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently. As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. Herbert. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
21. 10. Go.
Here's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Darius Davis there to make the grab. And the Chargers take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
At the 28-yard line.
Easy.
Here's Pacheco once again. Oh, good move. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now Mahomes. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. They find some open field here. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
And no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Hey, 57.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. And he's got it. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, a 7-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will make this a 19-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Shed. Oh, Davis lost it. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On 1st down, they go back to Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Here's Darius Davis on the return. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball. And it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, go Lion. Set.
Herbert off of play action. Rolling to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Let's go. Set.
Now it's Herbert. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hold me to right.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This one caught by Davis. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
Ray.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Flushed out right. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Yellow. Hey, Ripley.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 39 yards. And the Chiefs start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's going to go for a big play downfield. That's caught at the 25. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, 72 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that trims the lead a bit, but still standing at 26 points.
Chargers 16.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 94 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Blitz coming, and down he goes. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
5-9, 5-9. Set. 59.
Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. Pass hauled in by Johnston. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Chargers are going to get themselves a fresh set of downs here. Out of the gun, Herbert. That's caught at the 1. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. I think here the score dictates you pretty much got to go for it.
But when you look at the scoreboard and you realize that 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good in this situation, you're exactly right. Dial up one of your better plays and get after it. Forget the field goal kicker. He doesn't matter.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
We'll go orange.
They snap it to Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. Some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows.
They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 29. A big play there for KC. 51 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deion Henley. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hampton. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Chargers first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense. Another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got the hook up to Moore. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Chris Rumph able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. Mahomes going to throw it here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Yellow. 15.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here is 3rd down and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
Brought down at the 20. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one,
what you talking about. Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance, so it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
She said, baby, what you talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
Stop the road when you walking. You rest your hips to the talking. You leaving me ain't no options. Say less, say less. Stop the road when you walking. Say less, say less, say less.
Say less.
I came in nothing but some raps, the clothes on my back, them L-dogs, nothing but them blacks, the A, with a black man is dabbing in. I'm talking about a black man